It can't be business as usual. That's the word on my mind today. I'm here reflecting on the pandemic for the past 2 years that is coming to an end, obviously. And my mind is on the church. How are we going to respond to this? We had our response to the pandemic, but how are you going to respond to this? Some of us were very frantic and urgent in response to the pandemic because we felt that this was going to be the end. The mark of the beast is coming and stuff like that. But for some reason, the response to the end of the pandemic is almost opposite, almost met with silence. But I have a strong feeling that it can't be business as usual. We must never take peace and safety as a sign of peace and safety. We know better than that. Those of us who walk in the light, the Apostle Paul says, we know better than that. This reminds me of the time when the Roman army first came to Jerusalem in the AD 60s, late 60s, and they retreated. And when they retreated, the Jews felt that this was a sign that they are gone. But God's people who listened to the words of Jesus knew that it was a sign that they need to leave the cities and go into the mountains. It was the end. I believe, brothers and sisters, that if God allows us to get back to normal and to be able to preach the gospel as we used to, we should never take it lightly. We should never take a moment lightly. Every moment should be taken with seriousness, because we recognize that this is not a time for peace and safety. This is an opportunity. So it can't be business as usual. Every moment we should use the pandemic as an index regarding what can happen when our freedom is restricted. And now that we have the freedom, what are we going to do with it? The best thing we can do with it is to make every effort to proclaim the everlasting gospel. It can't be business as usual. It must be that we use every inch, every moment, every second to say, God, you allow us to see normal again. We're not going to waste time again. Because the pandemic showed many of us that we were wasting time. And we missed many opportunities. Now that things are quote unquote getting back to normal, it can't be business as usual. Brothers and sisters, we don't know how much time God is giving us, but any time He gives us, it must be for the proclamation of the gospel, not for self-gratification, not for us to serve ourselves, but for us to give the message a certain sound. When things are calm in this world, it is no sign to the believer that there is peace and safety. It is a call for action. Let us take action and do things in an extraordinary way to bring to the world's attention that Jesus is coming soon. God bless you.